Hi there everyone! I'm sure everyone that has played RuneScape is familiar with the wardrobe customization system. Today I'm going to be talking about improvements that I would like to see to the current wardrobe system on RuneScape. Disclaimer: as a fashion scaper myself, I personally think the wardrobe system we have is a decent system, but like all systems, there are always ways to improve it. It's not perfect, but it's not bad either. My goal here is to not only suggest improvements, but to show some really strange and confusing issues with it that may be difficult to explain without showing it, and provide suggestions on how to tackle it. I also acknowledge that some of them may be complicated to tackle on the back end with all that spaghetti code. With that being said, let's begin. Starting with a simple suggestion, we have these amazing combat overrides, skilling overhead override, and all these cool skill animations for a specific skill. While great, the list here seems to be getting bigger and bigger, which I don't have a problem with, but what we really need is a filter option. For example, for the combat overrides, why don't we have a filter option for the combat styles so that we can find the specific override for a specific combat style? The same applies for the skilling overrides. I also think this high alchemy animation should be moved to the skill and tool animations, even though it's technically a magic skill, and then rename the spell animations into teleport animations, because currently spell animations is a bit confusing when you have the skill and tool animations, and most of them are teleport animations anyway. This may be more difficult for Jagex to implement, but how good would it be to be able to directly control the order of the resting animations and teleport animations? Currently, the order is kind of unknown, and I would think it's based on what I said first, but that gets a little bit confusing, and it's not very user-friendly for me to adjust later on. Next, let's talk about the keepsake system. The keepsake system is a very nice system to rely on when overriding whatever we want. Mostly. The system does come with a weird confusing functions that I would like to see addressed. The first being keepsaking modified skilling items. We can already keepsake skilling outfits, as you can see here. It creates a copy of it, but this doesn't apply to modified helmets. And if we try to reclaim it, it complains I already have it in my keepsake box. So it would be nice if we can just reclaim the modified mask to use when doing Herblore, or create a copy when keepsaking it. The god banners also have a very similar issue. The second issue that I've seen is keepsaking augmented items. Being able to search for the options is a good update, but this setting about showing columns on item affects the wardrobe system, which is not very useful friendly. Or at least that's what it used to do. When I searched on Reddit, many have reported this issue, and yes, the best solution is to keepsake it without the augmentation. It was not user friendly to the user. I actually went ahead and sacrificed my own keepsake keys to test this. I cannot seem to replicate this issue now. When I was messing with the options setting, I did see that you no longer have this keepsake anymore notification, but that was before I keepsaked it. I also tested this on some other things too, but it seems okay now. If Jagex did fix this issue, that is very good to see because it was around for years. If not, someone will eventually mention it again, so I thought I'd mention it here just in case. Next, let's talk about the main part of the wardrobe system, the outfits. First, we have our outfit presets that we can save as a preset. Pretty simple. With the recent addition of the winter scarves and the peppermint outfits, both fantastic cosmetics from Jagex, I think it would be nice if, when saving a preset, it saves the color that we have selected when saving the preset for the cosmetics that uses this color customization system. I get we can already save it on the left here, but for an outfit preset system, it'll be so much faster and cleaner. Next, I want to talk about unlocking cosmetics. Unlocking cosmetics from Solomons or the marketplace has no issues at all. But for some cosmetics, like the ones from the infamous This Thing, some of them just disappear from the list. You have no idea they existed, you don't know how they are unlocked, or what they are called by looking at from here. This also applies to discontinued cosmetics from Solomons. Please bring them back. My suggestion here is to have every outfit that you can unlock be shown, and clicking on it tells you how to unlock it, whether that be from Marketplace, Solomons, in-game activities, or this thing that everyone hates, Just let the player know it exists and they get to decide if that's something they want to unlock or not. Most outfits, like the Abyssal Knight, this is already shown in the wardrobe. I also noticed they made it visible for the Retro Pernix recently, which is nice to see. Oh, some of the items that tells you how to unlock it by playing the game, they should be updated to tell you where and how. Next is prismatic dyes. It would be nice if picking colors works like the Winter Scarf and the Peppermint outfit by using the HSL coloring system. It would be extremely nice to access the Salia's makeover to customize the default clothing of our character. We already have the makeover mage and the hair customization, and I guess we do the shoes too. So my next suggestion is to scrap this whole weapon filters. Now I know this one's going to be a little bit of a mixed one, so let me know what you think. But instead, when I'm looking through like my weapon filters, I don't care if it's a hammer, dagger, sword, or whatever. I look for what is a cool weapon, let's say an offhand melee weapon that I can override over. I am looking for what will fit in an outfit, not if it's a dagger or a sword. There will be some new issues and some old ones that get addressed. First is the Sun Spear. It's a little bit confusing, but it's a two-handed range weapon that overrides as a one-handed range weapon. I would suggest to make it override a two-handed range weapon so that it's not as confusing. This suggestion also helps with a weird issue about this main hand whip that overrides a one-handed magic weapon. Let me know what you think. Would it make weapons easier to find or more difficult? Last but not least, we need way more than 4 outfit presets. Please, Jagex. More keepsake slots as well. It may come with the same issue as any more bank space though. And more prismatic dye slots. Wanted suggestions. These suggestions aren't related to improvements to the wardrobe system, but they are improvements to Fashionscape. I may do another video going into more detail about this, since this video is already long enough, but for now, I will just list the ones that have been listed for me. If Jagex does make any changes after publishing this video, I will mention it in the description below. Big shout out to the Fashionscapers Discord server for providing suggestions and feedback. I also do a collection of Fashionscape videos based on a theme. These are outfits I have worn in the game if you want to check that out. I will have them listed in the end screen. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Thank you, and bye-bye.